suspect!
Coming to get you, Bobber.
Hi guys, my name's Barry and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing our very first box office prediction for Halloween Ends. It's something that I really missed doing for Halloween Kills. I didn't really do it because of the whole COVID issue that we had when it came out, and I'd done it previously for the 2018 Halloween, which was a lot of fun. I'd done a couple of videos about it and I got very close to what I thought it would be. Can't remember the exact figures that I used, but I was very close to the predictions that I had for the 2018 Halloween. But Halloween Kills was a lot different because I couldn't really determine where that was going to end up because of the whole video on demand. It came out at the exact same time on Peacock, etc. It was just very hard to even guess where Halloween Kills was going to end up at the box office. So I'll go into this one with Halloween Ends. Obviously this is an early prediction. I'll probably do possibly 3 predictions. I do an early prediction, then I do a prediction based on the first couple of trailers that we see or the posters, and then leading up to the movie just days before it comes out, depending on how the hype is, I do a third box office prediction. That's generally how I do it. Done something similar to 2018, didn't really do it for Halloween Kills, so let's do it for Halloween Ends. Before we get into it guys, you see this little pumpkin behind me? I think every video that I've uploaded recently, someone asks me, where did you get the little Halloween pumpkin? I didn't buy it, a fan of the channel made it for me and sent it to me because they're a big fan of the channel, so it's not available for sale to the public, it's just something that someone made for me. I can't really tell you who done it because I don't know if they're still making them and if they want requests, etc. So for those of you who've been asking me, yep, it was custom made by a fan of the channel and it's absolutely fantastic. Before I tell you my prediction, let's look at the previous 2 Halloween movies and that'll give us a good gauge of some of the reasons why I'll be choosing the figures that I'm choosing today. So if we look at Halloween from 2018, that had a $10 million budget and it was a massive build up because it was the first movie in a long time and it brought back Jamie Lee Curtis as well. Now nobody knew what was going to happen, if it was going to be successful, because they've already went down this route before with Halloween Ends, so we didn't really know where this was going to end up. We did know that it was going to make some big figures, but we didn't know how successful it was going to be, and it ended up way more successful than possibly it should have been. I'm not saying it's a bad movie, I'm just saying it probably made too much money. It made more money than we thought it would. Its opening weekend, Halloween from 2018, made $76 million at the US box office. That is huge figures. Some people were expecting possibly $50 million or so, which would still be big for a movie on a $10 million budget. But it did end up making $76 million in its first weekend. In its overall domestic run, Halloween made $159 million, which again is a massive achievement for a movie like Halloween. And then overall it made $255 million at the worldwide box office. Halloween Kills, as I said, is slightly different. It cost $20 million, so that cost double the amount as the 2018 movie did, and we expected that because of how successful the first movie was. They've got a bigger budget to play with. Now this movie unfortunately only made, I'm saying only, but it's still massive, it made $49 million in its opening weekend. That is still massive for a Halloween movie, and what's even more impressive is it made the money even though there was COVID around during the time. It still is, but we were still rife with COVID, and at the same time the movie came out on Peacock. So for $49 million for this movie, it's still a massive achievement. Nowhere near as much as the first movie, but still a massive achievement. Now would the movie have made more than $76 million had it not been for COVID and had it not been for Peacock? I genuinely think it would have. I think it maybe would have scraped around about $80 million at the box office had it not been for those issues, but it didn't, so we can't really determine what would have happened because we just don't know. But $49 million is still massive. As you know, the movie made $92 million at the US box office in its entire run, and it made just over $131 million worldwide. Again guys, $131 million is nothing to be sniffed at because it's still massive, but it's a massive drop from what the first movie made when that made $255 million. So it made over $120 million less. And again, it is due to COVID, and it is due to it being released on Peacock. Now, the international numbers didn't help because it didn't make a lot of money internationally with Halloween Kills, whereas Halloween from 2018 did make a lot of money at the box office. Let's look at Halloween Ends. Now, there's only a few factors we can go by just now, and that is the popularity of the interest of Halloween Ends, which is still very high, and the way the box office is going at the moment. Now, we can look at No Way Home, Spider-Man No Way Home. That's an anomaly because it was a massive movie. We can't really look at that, especially in terms of horror movies. So we have to go by the trend of the horror genre right now at the box office, and that's the two factors I'm really looking at the moment. The horror genre at the box office at the moment, as well as the interest in the Halloween franchise at the moment. Looking at those two factors, I'm going to suggest, and again this is just an early prediction, that Halloween Ends will make around about $60 million at its opening weekend, US only. In its full theatrical run, I'm going to give it around about $120 million US only. Internationally, I think Halloween Ends will make around about $70 million theatrically, and that gives us a total of $190 million worldwide for Halloween Ends. You're probably thinking $190 million, it's probably going to make more than that, and I hope it does. I hope it makes $400 million, but this is my early predictions at the moment. The box office isn't fantastic just now for horror, and we just don't know, and we can't gauge a lot at the moment in terms of Halloween or in terms of horror as on an overall genre. So at the moment, $190 million is what I'm saying. Now, in a few months' time, when the trailer comes out, etc., maybe the interest for Halloween will get a little bit higher. But we can only go by the early predictions at the moment, and that's why I'm saying $190 million. Still great for a Halloween movie. It could be better, but time will tell. What is your early predictions for Halloween Ends? Guys, leave your numbers down below. You don't have to tell me why you think this. Just leave your numbers down below and we can all compare. And as always, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.